Hi Capricorn, this is Lost Twin Tarot. My name is Colette if you haven't viewed me before. Capricorn, this is for your reading for the month of April. This is going to be a little bit different than normal. I'm doing a 3 card spread for the Oracle cards, one for the beginning, one for the middle, one for the end with the Lenormand cards. It seems like they've been working pretty good. Somebody asked me recently if these are good for sun, if the other placements, and they are good for sun, moon, and rising placements. Um, these are general readings, Capricorn. So just take the pieces that resonate, and leave the rest. It's going to be a 3 card spread, I said, and then 3 cards in each row, and then one clarifier for each one. So 12 cards altogether. Capricorn, when I was meditating on your cards, I got a few different things. Um, one of them was you're making a mountain out of a molehill. You could be saying that to somebody else, or somebody could be saying that to you. One of them was another thing was southwest or southwestern. I don't know if you could be using southwest. Um, if you're traveling, um, I feel like you could be letting your hair down in the month of April because maybe some things you have going on. If you are going anywhere out in the open, one of the things I was getting was to um if you're traveling was to check your bag if that's like at the like airport or something to check your bag or to watch your bag. Well, this was also to like watch your drink, watch your purse, anything like that. Wherever you go, if you're going to some place that's like unfamiliar, if somebody goes to like offer you a drink that you don't know, or if you're in an unfamiliar place, was to not take it. If this is like some place that you're not familiar with or a person that you're not really familiar with. Um, I feel like April's going to be a little bit of an emotional time for you, but you're still going to be having a good time. That could be why you're letting your hair down. Um, for some of you, I feel like for this, take it how it resonates, and I think you'll already know this. Some of you, if you're going through legal things, um, I kept hearing like smear. Like some of you could be, um, somebody could be trying to like smear your name. I feel like business will be good for you though. For the oracle cards, you have number 30, Lily, old age, maturity, peace, virtue, wisdom, and retirement. For the middle of the month, you have number 17, change, movement, new beginnings, transition, flexibility, and transformation. At the end of the month, you have number 33, key, unlocking, answer, destiny, openness, solution, and fulfillment. So, at the beginning, you have the Six of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles. With that, you have the Seven of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Two of Wands. With the middle of the month, you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Queen of Swords. You have the Six of Swords again, the Lovers, and the Empress. And at the end of the month, you have the Four of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the Nine of Wands, with the Knight of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Devil. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Hierophant, and on the bottom of the clarification deck, you have the Temperance card. All right, so let's get into it, Capricorn. All right, so let's talk about this number 30, Lily. Old age, maturity, peace, virtue, wisdom, and retirement. So some of you could be going through something where you could be going through retirement. You could be going through a phase where you are maybe learning a valuable lesson. Maybe you are going through something, maybe like an end of a cycle, or you're going through something that was a little bit hard to handle, and now you just gained a lot of wisdom from it. Maybe you're just closing a chapter on something and you're just starting to realize that you're maturing. And, this doesn't even have to be, you don't even have to be of like a mature age. This could be just something that you're realizing that you're getting older in life, and you're um, realizing that things aren't as easy as they were when you were younger. You're starting to realizing that the problems when you were young are much easier, and you're getting different problems. Your other problems were, much simpler, and now the problems that you're having, it's like the problems are changing. As you change, the problems change. You're starting to see. You have the Six of Swords and the Seven of Cups. And I feel like what this is saying is that, Seven of Cups talks about, different choices that we have in life, and for us to make the best ones. It can also talk about, illusion. It can talk about our higher self and just things that we're kind of clouded on. And that's right across from the moon as well. Um, and I feel like this is kind of saying, because you're maturing, because you're starting to learn about this, but you're learning about yourself, and you're starting to become older, wiser. You're starting to make these decisions, and you're moving on to calmer shores because you are learning and you're wiser, and you're not really messing around anymore. Maybe younger, when you were younger, it's like, oh, I have time to worry about that. I can put that off a little bit longer. And now you're realizing that you can't put it off any longer. Um, you can't ignore those cups anymore, or those bubbles on this deck, because you need to make these decisions, and you're handling it well, and you're being mature about the situation. You have the Ace of Swords and the Three of Wands. I feel like this could definitely represent travel. I said that some of you could be flying or something like that. There is an airplane on that card. The Three of Wands, you could be definitely going somewhere and traveling. With the Ace of Swords, I feel like, um, you could be traveling because you're trying to gain, maybe a little bit of clarity on a situation. Maybe you're trying to just, get some insight on things. You could be traveling to, just to maybe clear your mind. I feel like this is about clearing your mind. I feel like you're going through, something, and you're just trying to clear your head. I feel like before you made this decision to travel, it took you a little bit maybe to make this decision because you were unsure where to go. I feel like some of you could be traveling alone as well. I feel like some of you could be just traveling alone and not taking anybody with you. But I feel like you're also realizing with the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords is also about, you know, you making decisions, based on realizing that you're being able to make a decision wisely, and doing so without having the actions not affect other people. Like, it's not, it's pretty much like making decisions and doing it through your actions. Like, it's not like you're thinking before you're speaking, you're thinking before you're acting. So you're doing so and not being impulsive about it. Like, everything you're doing is all for good reason. You're making really wise decisions. You're maturing, just like the card says. Next you have the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles is all about, you know, taking stock in what you've done, which, we all do at some points in our life. We do it at a lot of points in our life, but I feel like you're doing this in a little bit different way. This could be while you're traveling. This doesn't even have to be a big travel. This could be maybe you're just, traveling to maybe different places around where you live. Um, maybe just places that you haven't gone to in a little bit while. They're not too far. But I feel like what you're doing with the Two of Wands is that you're thinking, well, I'm getting older, I'm getting wiser, and I'm starting to realize what I need to let go of because I'm not getting any younger, and I need to figure out what I need to let go of, what people I need to let go of, which path I need to take. Maybe you're trying to figure out maybe you're trying to figure out if you should, go back to school or, whether you should invest in a person or where you're going to move. Maybe that could be why you're traveling in a way. Maybe you're trying to travel someplace to where you're going to think about moving to. I feel like everything you do now is based off of the idea of my time is my time is more valuable than I ever thought it was. And I feel like that's kind of the idea that you're going with. Like you never really valued your time like you are now because our time is valuable. And I feel like now you're starting to give yourself a lot more credit for that. You're starting to realize like, wow, my time is valuable. It's more valuable than it really is priceless. Your time really is priceless. And I think that's what you're doing. So that's what I have for you for the beginning of April. So next in the middle of April, we have number 17. That number could be significant to you. And this is Stork. Change, movement, new beginnings, transition, flexibility, and transformation. So that's what that says. It's a transformation. And you have the Six of Swords right under the Six of Swords. You have that with the Nine of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Capricorn. I turned my heater on because it was freezing and now I'm just like roasting. And I turned it off and I'm like still roasting. I feel like spring's never gonna get here where I live. Um, so you have the Nine of Pentacles with the Six of Swords, and I feel like what this is saying is that you're starting to become more established. The Nine of Pentacles is all about, really having a comfortable lifestyle. And I feel like this is saying that, you're starting to see those pentacles build up. The Nine of Pentacles is all about, she has those grapes behind her. And grapes are very difficult to grow anytime, whether it's in the tarot or not. Um, and she has those six pentacles on the one side for herself and the three that she's able to give away. And I feel like you're starting to see that. You're starting to see your abundance build. You're starting to see your wealth build. And, maybe you're not, rich. Maybe you're not exactly where you want to be, but you're starting to see things grow. You're starting to see your abundance and your wealth build. This says new beginnings, movement, transformation, change. You are starting to notice the change. And you are seeing that with the Six of Swords. Things aren't like the way they used to be, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, however long it was. You are starting to see improvements in your life. And I feel like you're happy about that. You're feeling you're filled with like gratitude and I feel like you're really proud of yourself for that. Next you have the moon and the lovers. And I feel like what this is saying, this definitely could be in love for you. Um, and it's underneath the Three of Wands and that Ace of Swords. I feel like this could be an area maybe in love or that path. If you're traveling, or that's what you're trying to figure out, maybe you could be a little bit unsure on the path what you're going for in love. Um, maybe that's the area that you're just kind of unclear on, or you're worried about, or you need clarity on. I feel like, this is just saying that, none of us ever really know the path in love or the path on anything, even when we're with somebody, for as long as we, can remember. The moon is all about, illusion and confusion as well. Um, this says movement, flexibility, transformation. I feel like, this is saying just keep doing what you're doing, keep being your productive self. Um, and the right person will come in for you. And whether you're with them or not, we really can't predict the future, how things are going to go. if it's meant to be for you, it will be meant to be for you. This is the same thing whether it's in work, love, you know, project, move, wherever it is for you. And just remember the moon is temporary and it is kind of like that illusion energy. So don't get too caught up in it if it's like an anxiety thing. Next, you have the Queen of Swords and the Empress. I feel like this is you kind of coming to terms and getting that, that clarity and that truth, and you're kind of really getting a clear picture of your future. The Empress is all about, new beginnings. You have that stork card, and the stork, it's like that, we always got told a stork brings a baby, or, some of us maybe you did, I don't know. But I feel like that was kind of the idea of it. And the Empress is all about that, new energy. She is the mother, in the tarot. And I feel like, right here, she's got that big spread of food. And it's like she's getting ready to welcome and feed a whole bunch of, looks like a whole bunch of people in a park or something, and I feel like you're almost doing that. It's like a new beginning. A stork is all about, brings a baby. Similar to how the Empress, would have a baby. So it's almost like, what are you going to be nurturing? What are you going to be excited about, nurturing yourself? What are you going to be, feeding? What are you feeding into? What are you nurturing? Are you nurturing yourself better? Are you physically nurturing yourself better with food? Are you feeding a family? Um, you know, are you feeding your friends? Are you still going to be doing something like that because you have more resources to do that? You're going to start doing something like that because it makes you feel good. Anything like that, take it how it resonates. But that's what I see for you in the middle of April, Capricorn. The next thing I see number 33, key. Unlocking answer, destiny, openness, solution, and fulfillment. So, right there, fulfillment, destiny, solution, answer. Those are all great words that we want to hear, right? You have the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. The Four of Pentacles is all about another card of financial stability. And it's under the Nine of Pentacles as well. That whole first row is very, very good for decisions and money and abundance for you. The Knight of Wands is also about going after what he wants, or going after, what you want. That horse is all on fire, and I feel like, it's going to be a passionate energy of time. Things are really going to start heating up for you as well. I feel like it's going to be a good time. You're going to feel really, um, it's going to be a warm time. I feel like it's going to be a warm fulfillment of time. You're going to just feel warm inside. I feel like when I said it's going to be an emotional time for you in the month of April, I feel like it's going to be a good emotional time because you're almost going to be filled with a lot of just gratitude. I feel like you're going to be filled with a lot of pride. Next you have Judgment, and you have the Three of Cups. The Judgment is all about saying, goodbye to your, old life and welcoming, your new life. And, it's also about a calling that you're receiving. Maybe you're hearing, maybe you're receiving that maybe you need to do things a little bit different. The Three of Cups can be represented about, a celebration. Maybe you're not celebrating your wins enough. Maybe that could be it. Or maybe you're not spending enough time, you know, on your own, you on your own healing process. Maybe you need to, you're realizing that you are doing really well, and you are need to spend a little bit of time healing yourself on a few other things. Maybe that could be it. Maybe you're not, don't want to throw yourself completely into work as well. You always have lots and lots of cards full of abundance and, great things like that. It could be something like that, but this also, could also represent to make sure you're not always alone. Make sure you spend time with other people. Make sure you get out and, you know, enjoy time with others, take a load off, like I said, let your hair down. That could also be it, make sure you spend time and, get out and just enjoy yourself. Don't work too hard. And lastly, you have the devil with the nine of wands. The devil could definitely be your card. That is your power card, Capricorn. The nine of wands, I feel like this is you just always persevering. The nine of wands can be about that wounded warrior energy. But with the devil, it can be your it is your power card. It could be that you have that wounded warrior inside of you still, and maybe, this could be about you always doing so well and keep persevering, but don't ignore that energy. Don't ignore that, that little bit of hurt inside you. It's saying, always persevere and do well. It says unlocking, answer, destiny, openness. You know, it's telling you all these things, like, you'll find the answer, through all these things. But I feel like it could be saying, just make sure that you don't ignore other areas of your life, as well. But I feel like in general, this is saying that, you're always doing so well. Keep persevering, because no matter what area of your life that you're in, whether this is, work or business or love, you always seem like you always come out on top. But to make sure that you nurture yourself, and to, nurture what you're doing and nurturing what you're taking care of, especially with that and Empress on top, and the um Judgment next to it, and the Lovers diagonally from it. There are all those major arcana cards right around those. But this really reading looks really, really good for you, Capricorn. It definitely looks amazing. Definitely looks like you're showing a lot of progress. Looks like you're having a lot of maturity. Just so showing that you're having a lot of gratitude for everything that you have, and everything that you really um have pulled in, and done really well for yourself over time, and that you should be really grateful for it, because you've worked hard for it. But I'm going to leave it there for you, Capricorn. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Until then, enjoy your month so, so much, and I hope to see you at the next read. Thanks. Bye.